for having me.
What does World AIDS Day mean to the world?
One needs to understand that 1988, it's only then, 1998, it's only then that the World AIDS Day was firstly commemorated and by the World Health Organization. So since from then, it became a irresponsibility of government, the civil society and ordinary citizens of the countries to say what is a collective approach in fighting the spread of HIV and AIDS. However, to us as TAC, World AIDS Day, it's not an event. It's all about a process, because to us, each and every day, it's a World AIDS Day. That's why as TAC, from the branches where we've got structures of tech, we make sure that on daily basis, we mobilize communities. We educate them around the importance of prevention, why it is important for an individual to continue use a condom, why it is important for an individual to know his or her HIV status. It also becomes our responsibility as tech, as well as other progressive forces, to make sure that as much as we talk about HIV and AIDS awareness and all that stuff, we also play a positive role in making sure that those already on ARV treatment, they remain within that program. They adhere to the program. They don't fall out of the program. So to us, World AIDS Day means doing it door to door, encouraging communities, make them aware about prevention and what it means to be HIV positive, to wash away stigma and discrimination against people who are living with HIV and AIDS.
You spoke about the use of condoms and how you would encourage, South Africans to use condoms, how you would encourage those that are on ARV treatment to stay within the treatment. When we go back to condoms usage in South Africa, according to your research, is the usage high or is it low?
One needs to face the reality and the facts. At the present moment, all of us, we know that there is a high number of cases of teenage pregnancy. And what does that mean? Because if you use a condom, there is no way that one can be pregnant. So if we've got a high number of teenage pregnancy, what does that mean? It means that most of the people are not using condoms. The latest report from Human Science Research Council, it tells us that young girls at the age of 15 to 24 years are the most vulnerable, are the most infected about the HIV and AIDS. So what does that mean to us as people of South Africa? Does it mean that our prevention strategies and mechanisms are working or not? So it leaves too many questions. However, moving forward, it becomes as irresponsibility of people of South Africa to say, we've got this problem. A year, more than 400 people, more than 400,000 people are infected about the HIV and AIDS. What does that mean? So moving forward, it is important for all role players, government, civil society, and responsible citizens, as to say it is important for schoolgoers or learners to access condoms at schools. Within school education curriculum, there is education about sex and sexuality, so that everybody becomes responsible.
Now, with the same as Ebola within Africa, when we talk about African health issues, we've seen a lot of funding coming into the cure and the fight against Ebola within Africa. Are we seeing the same with AIDS? Are we seeing the same with HIV? Are we seeing more action from political parties, from public figures, from leadership within Africa, trying to find a cure towards for AIDS?
Previously, there was a lot of funding towards the HIV and AIDS, more especially in South Africa and tech. I'm sure you are aware that tech is one of the social movements that are facing a financial crisis. However, as the time went on, our government availed ARVs in the public health system, and then there was that myth that our country is doing well with regards to a fight against HIV and AIDS. And also, our country attained a middle income status, meaning that most of the donors pulled away from supporting HIV and AIDS struggle in South Africa, and then they invested their monies elsewhere where they feel that there is a challenge. However, as TAC, we have since launched a funding campaign which is not focusing only in South Africa, but it is focusing global, as to say, as this social movement, we are not service providers, but we are playing a role in making sure that we empower our community. So now we are making a public appeal, as to say, as individual citizens of this country, as donors, as business people, come forward and fund this organization so that we can be able to save more lives.
And tomorrow, just in closing, Mr. Yawa, it is World AIDS Day. And as you mentioned, in your opinion, it shouldn't be an event, but rather more of a commemoration, doing door-to-door campaigns, as TSC, I understand, will be doing. But what are you hoping to achieve? What are you hoping to be your 2015 agenda as well, as you refocus into the new year?
One, tomorrow, TAC will be having a 10th anniversary of ARVs in South Africa. TAC will also be having a reunion of all those who were initiated on ARVs about 10 years ago, whereby we will be reflecting about the past, present, so that we can be able to shape a future of our struggle in South Africa. So what we say as TAC moving forward, the war against HIV and AIDS is not over. And it needs that everybody to roll up their sleeves and make sure that we play a pivotal role in making sure that we combat the scourge of HIV and AIDS in South Africa.
The General Secretary of Treatment Action Campaign, Mr. Anele Yawa, thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you so much. That's where we leave it. Of course, that was the GS of TAC telling us more about tomorrow, which commemorates World AIDS Day in December, and around the globe as well is in South Africa. And we encourage, of course, everyone to go test and know their status. But for now,